Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urius Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Doctor's Spell Prognosis, and we're going to talk about Eldritch Blast. I understand that this is not a spell. It's a cantrip, but it's our next one in the alphabetical order, going from cantrips all the way up to 9th level spells. So this is a cantrip / spell that I can sink my teeth into. This is probably one of the best ones in the game. It is very versatile. It does a lot of damage, and it matches up with a lot of other abilities, which a lot of these other cantrips and spells don't do. So it is only usable by warlocks. That's one of the downsides. It is only usable by warlocks. However, if you take a level in Warlock, you can get this spell pretty easily. Sorlocks can use this as a go-to spell. I use this. I have a lot of different character builds where I do dips into Warlock, and I almost always take Eldritch Blast. It takes one action. It's a cantrip. It has a range of 120 feet, and it does force damage. So those are all really good things. Very few things are resistant to force damage. It has a very long range. It does a D10 force damage, which is good damage for a cantrip. It scales up a little bit differently than the other cantrips. So this one is 2 beams at 5th level, 3 beams at 11th level, and 4 beams at 17th level. And you can direct the beams at the same target or different ones. Make a separate attack roll for each beam. And that's important because that also synergizes with a few other things that we're going to talk about that come up with Eldritch Blast. And that is, there are invocations that can be layered on top of Eldritch Blast that you get as a warlock or as a warlock initiate. So that's a different feat that you can take. Eldritch Initiate, I believe, is what it is, that you can take to get warlock invocations. Let's actually take a look at that here. That is a feat, and I believe it is Eldritch Initiate. There it is, Eldritch Adept. That's what it is, Eldritch Adept. So if we look at that one, studying occult lore, you learn 1 Eldritch invocation of your choice. Your spellcasting ability for that is Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma. If the invocation has a prerequisite of any kind, you can choose that invocation only if you're a warlock. Whenever you gain a level, you can replace the invocation with another one from the warlock class. So that's a good thing you can do to get these invocations on top of the Eldritch Blast as well. Now, what are some of these invocations that we're talking about? Well, the first one here they are, Eldritch Invocations. At 2nd level, you start getting a choice of these. At 2nd level, you get 2, and then you get more as you get additional levels. The first one is Agonizing Blast. This is okay. It adds your Charisma modifier to the damage, but again, if you're blasting twice, then that's twice your Charisma bonus, and if your Charisma bonus at that level is +4, then it's 1d10 +4 damage. Another use of this comes down to Eldritch Spear, which increases the range of Eldritch Blast from 120 feet to 300 feet. Sometimes I don't think that that's necessarily needed. That's a pretty far distance, but it does give you extra range. The next one on our list for this, Grasp of Hadar. Once on each of your turns when you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can move that creature in a straight line 10 feet closer to you. And if you have 2 blasts, you can hit them twice and move them instead 10 feet, 20 feet. Or you can move 2 creatures 10 feet closer. This moves them closer, not farther away, but closer. And then we have Lance of Lethargy. So once on each, I guess it's once on each of your turns. Yes, I think Grasp a Hit is once on each of your turns. So you can only do that once. So each one of these is only one. So once on each of your turns, you can hit a creature with an Eldritch Blast. You can reduce that creature's speed by 10 feet. So if you've got them frightened and they are pinned down somewhere and they can't get closer to you because they have the frightened condition, you can blast them with this. And they have 10 foot less movement, which is important when they can't move in a certain direction. Of course, let's see, where is the next one here? The next one is Repelling Blast. This is one of my favorite ones. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, and this one doesn't say once a turn. This one just says when you hit them. You can push that creature 10 feet away from you in a straight line. So this is different than the other ones. So if you got 2 Eldritch Blasts, you can push that thing 20 feet. One, you hit them once, 10 feet. You hit them again, another 10 feet. So, and this is one of my go-to ones. Again, this one synergizes really well with a creature who's frightened because they can't move closer to you. You can slap them away, and they keep mushing. You can also push creatures into hazardous things as well. You can pull them with the other, the Grasp of Hadar, but I like the push better. I believe that is the last one. That is the last one. Now, there is one other ability here that does stack with. It stacks with Eldritch Blast, but it stacks with a whole bunch of stuff. Where is that at? It was... Oh, come on. Oh, I can't believe I can't find this now. It was on the page. There it is. Hex. So... you place a curse on something. Until the spell ends, it deals an extra d6 damage to the target whenever you hit with an attack. So if you've got Agonizing Blast, you can add your Charisma bonus to the damage that you do. Agonizing Blast is way up here. You can add Charisma modifier, and if they're hexed, you add another d6. So it's doing a d10 plus a d6 plus your Charisma modifier, and if you have Repelling Blast on that, on top of that, you're pushing them. So all of that stuff really makes Eldritch Blast really, on top of being a great spell with great range, with great damage, and doing force damage, all that other stuff makes it a great go-to spell, and it makes it well worth a dip into Warlock. So that's the video I have for everybody today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them, and I will catch everybody later.